Hello everyone, Best Buy Games here again, and today we are, doing another review. Oh, and of course today, as you can see in the background a little bit, we have GTA 5 for the PlayStation 4. This is going to be my first current gen review, and I've been a bit behind on this. I know this has taken me a while to get through this because there's problems going through it, and I had to get a decent portion in the online. But I will review it in segments of online now, and a little bit later I will upload, single player now, and I will upload online a little bit later as a review. But I didn't want to get it going until I'm fully completed. Well, anyway, that's enough rambling. And of course, now we have first person and mode and everything added into GTA. And the question is it worth picking up again for those of you that have it, or picking up at all for those of you that don't? And I'd say it pretty much is. Anybody that likes first person shooters, first person modes for you. I got really good at it. I could go through all the heist with it perfectly. Everything works out flawlessly. They improved the visuals quite a bit in the next gen port, as well as PC, and it should work pretty well. Well, if I do have anything to say about it. And yes, in the background I do have a playlist running, because right now I'm working on playing through another game for a review coming up. If you stay to the end, I'll tell you. But, of course, with all of these added things, the story does not change at all. It kind of results in this weird thing if you want to replay it. Of course, I never got fully done to beating it, and now I have. And it results in a lot better of an experience than you would assume. Everything, and much nicer, smoother. Everything just goes all around to be perfect through this game. The only problem I can see, really, is a bit of the community. But of course, you can't skip over the improved visuals of this, which you can see right there. They really do improve everything. They add more detail to the world. It really makes it feel alive. They even went through and re-recorded a lot of the voice acting and motion capture, I think. And because it really does show through if they did do that, or I wasn't paying attention my first playthrough. But overall, this keeps going around and around. And GTA has always been a great series, and now it's even better on the new consoles. We have first-person mode, added vehicles, radio station, and all these little bonuses and everything, and that consequently don't mean much. I had a lot of fun on taking a blimp for a joyride, which I wasn't able to do before. And all of the... So yet again, nothing really changes with the game. If you liked the game before, this is a better version. By far, unless you already have all that. It's on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 as well as PC now. And PC, a lot of people would say, is the definitive edition. However, it would be that a lot of people don't like getting PC. Sorry, I have to keep turning to keep the damn playlist running. But this can result in a lot of interesting things. And through it all, I believe that this could be a lot better. And now that I am done with just explaining my point of view, sorry about rambling, but now we have the story. Spoiler warning, by the way. We have Michael, old Trevor, and Franklin. The three of them are 2-bit criminals, with Trevor and Michael having a long history of robbing banks in North Yankton, a town where the game will begin. And of course, Franklin gets wrapped up in this, and thus the story begins. And that's about all you need to know without me completely ruining it. Because I can keep adding on to it, but one major problem for the game is that after a little while it just becomes an indistinguishable mess of things that happened. You'll remember a few of them, but not the whole story. The whole story stays a bit clouded. You still remember it, but not perfectly. Because after you've played it all and you try and get through the whole 100% thing, it doesn't work out. And this just results in a big difference through it. So for the story, I'd have to give it a good 4 out of 5 stars. But that's just because of the indistinguishable mess of a story and a few problems that can occur every now and again. On this system, I haven't occurred with anything. This one could be a 4.5 star. There's really with only half a star being taken away for the story being a bit forgettable. Well, while still being memorable, if that makes any sense. But if you are getting it on last-gen consoles, I would have to put it at 4 stars because loading times. I once had to leave it running for the duration of a school day so I could come back and have GTA Online running. That was a bit of a problem. Servers aren't very reliable as well, but that's what happens. Now we can go on to reviewing the online portion, which has a lot of the same problems as the single player, with the added problem of extra psychopaths running around in the city other than you. Which sounds like fun until you encounter 10 hackers that can't be killed. That happened yesterday, and that was one of the reasons I'm continuing this. But it really does result in a much nicer feel once they finally added in Heist, which I say this is a good time now that Heist are out. A new update comes out this Friday, I think, or next Monday. A little bit in the news channel right there, but no matter what, this does result in a great product. It's a lot of fun to run around with your friends. Just make sure you keep good company in this game, because otherwise it'll take you 4 months to do a review because you wanted to play all the Heist. Yeah. Well, that's about it. And the Heist, they had a lot of good gameplay value. Except for the fact that if anyone screws up, you have to restart the entire mission because they need to get their cut for their share of playing, I guess. Which I really do wish that they had have interpreted a system like you die, the heist changes, and you have to keep playing without it, but nah, it works like a normal online mission. Just a really long and fun one. Otherwise, with the normal missions, it's stealing cars for Simeon, the guy that screws you over in the story. And of course, you don't just have that. Everyone that essentially screws you over in the story, no matter what your story decision is, online takes place afterwards. This is a big plot hole. But yet, every character that should be gone is still there. I'm not going to point out who. And even optional ones that you could kill with story. Your choices, they're still there. I'm not going to point out who it is because I don't want to ruin the story, of course. For those of you that are still interested in it. But it's a bit weird when you finish the story and go straight in online and see a character you just killed. Or to walking around with other characters that killed him. Yeah, it gets a bit ridiculous, but all in all, online, I'd give maybe 3 stars, because a lot of problems can occur, as well as the hacking problem, which I brought up at the very beginning of talking about online. And it results in just a mesh, really. When these two are But one thing I'd have to say is that GTA Online is the perfect example of a shooter MMO. As a matter of fact, it actually suits that saying a lot more than a lot of other games I've tried it. Ironically, they just tried to make an online mode. But it is literally just GTA, the MMO, so GTA Online. And it works pretty well, except for 30 players. Bit limiting, but I can understand, because if you have more than 30 psychopaths is enough for me. That's enough people trying to kill me on a constant basis because of a low level. I did everything still low level. I will, of course, always still be playing this game, but it is great to see. And overall, well, the final rating I'd give for both pieces put together would probably still be a 4 out of 5 stars. They're not that good in the story department, and they have a few problems here and there that can be very easily seen. But in the end, you will always have a good time with this. You like first-person shooters, the first-person mode settles you. If you like normal GTA, then you're gonna like this game. If you like what you've seen from gameplay, chances are you're gonna like this game. It feels exactly like how you'd imagine, and it runs perfectly. A good 1080p, he always is in 30 frames per second, in which I can't understand, but I've seen higher spikes than 30 in this game, in which I find really weird that it raises in specs the more chaos I cause. Yeah, bit of a problem. Bit of a weird coincidence there. But, of course, I am Best Buy Games. Please leave a comment down below on your opinion on this game. And like, share, and please subscribe if you would like to see more reviews. Of course, because I am trying to make it up to you guys. I tried to leave this till the end of the video. I will be putting out some more reviews really quick. That way I can make it up to you guys for the long wait. There's been some problems. Can't really specify about them. But this can be resolved really fast. Next review I'm working on is Borderlands and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. They're the ones I'm working on. Every day this week I've been live streaming in PvZ because it's been like my favorite game last year. So tomorrow expect a review for that one. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.